If I were to ask what the most dislikable feature in Geometry Dash is, the vast majority of people would say
Map packs. Map packs.
Map packs.
Map packs.
Map packs.
Alright, what the hell is a map pack? Map packs are a feature in Geometry Dash where 3 levels are packed together into one entity, which, upon completion, gives you additional rewards greater than the 3 levels making it up. And why do people dislike them so much? Well, probably because the creator of the game nitpicked the absolute most annoying and rancid levels you can find in this game and included them in the packs. Like, it's incomprehensible how frustrating it is to play them.
How? What did I die to? What?
But I didn't know that, because I never experienced them firsthand. So, thinking they weren't that bad, I decided to beat them all in one single day. Now, you might ask, Alias, why would you put yourself through something this horrendous? Well, it all began a few years ago when I decided to complete every rated level of certain difficulty in the whole game. I beat the first 3 difficulties, which were all fairly easy compared to the 4th difficulty, hard levels. The problem with hard levels is that there are over 11,000 of them, and as of right now, I am unable to go through this much agony. Challenging myself to beat all 65 map packs in one day would increase my perseverance, consistency, and most of all, something that's been thoroughly shaped and honed through my entire life: commitment to long, boring tasks. That way, I would be able to beat all 11,000 hard levels in the game with more preparation. So, with that goal in mind, on the 28th of December 2024, I woke up heavily underslept. But having promised to beat all map packs on that exact day, I got up to my computer and prepared to face them.
I stand before what I feel like could be the biggest challenge that I've ever faced in this game ever since I started playing it. There are a total of 65 map packs, 195 levels, 54 of which are demons. I have no idea how long this will take me, but it's all in preparation for a bigger goal, which is beating all the hard levels. If you lay all of the map packs back to back in line, you get 5 hours of footage. So in theory, I could do this in 5 hours, but in practice, I think this might take me upwards of 15 hours or maybe even more. There's so much gameplay to go through and I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. I have no idea how I'm gonna pull this off, but I will not stop until it's done. Alpha Pack marks the beginning of my odyssey through the map packs. I know that I should probably start with demons, but honestly, right now I'm too tired for that and I need something to wake me up. So let's get this done. And also, there have been a few people that have speedrun map packs, and usually the strategy you're supposed to take is starting with demons, but honestly, right now I cannot afford that, so I'm gonna have to rely on clutching this with easy levels.
So, there I was, flying through the first level of the first map pack. Since demons were the only thing I really practiced, I still hadn't thought of a strategy of exactly how I was gonna pull the rest of the speedrun off. So I spent the next few minutes yapping to myself about it.
I'm gonna have to sight read easy levels, normal levels, all the way up to harders. I think that's as far as it gets. I think on anything that's easier than the insane difficulty, I need to get a completion in less than 2 attempts. Easy levels are what's gonna have to carry this whole ordeal because demons are gonna take a long time. Demons are like, yesterday I practiced demons and I beat like a bit over half of them, but still, demons are just not comparable to these easy levels because there are demons that could literally take me up to 20 minutes. There's mostly easy demons, but there's some mediums and like 2 hards. Demons are impossible to compare to anything else because they're so inconsistent. Like, on anything else, I'm not gonna struggle at all. It's literally just about keeping my focus, but for demons, I'm gonna have to go all in. Like, as we speak, I'm literally about to beat my first pack. Fast forward a few hours, this is not gonna be so easy. Beating a demon pack is gonna take like 20 minutes probably. There we go. That's the first pack done out of 65, so just take this, multiply it times 65, and we're done.
And that was the first out of the 65 packs. It pretty much passed me by, but Alpha Pack is way easier than the rest of them. That does not count as foreshadowing, by the way.
Oh yeah, there's a special thing I did for this video. Basically, since all the main songs are copyrighted and I can't use them, I've replaced them with even better ones, with remixes, with covers. Part of the reason I replaced it is also so that I don't have to listen to stuff like Clutterfunk 20 times in a row, because that song is going on my nerves. As a friendly speedrunner of map packs said once, any song that uses Clutterfunk, any level that uses Clutterfunk is probably gonna cause us trouble.
And of course, no map pack speedrun would be complete without questioning the whole idea and your friendly daily dose of self-pity.
Like, you guys cannot imagine what it feels like to be me right now, because I slept for 4 hours and now I'm forced to play Geometry Dash. I mean, forced. I've brought this upon myself, and I've said that I would do it today, so I must stick to it. As I said, commitment is my #1 focus when it comes to this challenge. Like, if there's one thing that I need to stick to through this whole mission, is to stay consistent and stay true to myself. If I let go for a second, that could literally cause me so much downtime. Like, if I skip a level, if I skip a demon, that might end up costing me so much time. Like, right now it doesn't feel like it matters that much because these levels are easy, but just considering how much time I'm gonna be wasting on demons later, I need to save as much time as possible with these levels. Oh, and also part of the reason that I'm doing easy levels first is because I can actually talk while I play them, because later on, when I'm gonna be playing demons, there's no way I can multitask. There's no way I can talk and focus on the level at the same time. Like, even this feels hard enough. I have to manually steer my cube while thinking of stuff to say, so there we go. That's the second level in this map pack done. We only got one left, and then we're done with 2 map packs out of, what, 65? Yeah, this is going smooth.
Well, you don't say, mister. I can sight read easy levels. Also, I just realized I'm dissing my past self. My future self might be doing the same to me right now. Also, while I was editing this, I realized that this map pack is ranked as easy difficulty, but when you look at it, there's no easy levels in it. Like, can somebody explain this to me, please?
Can't believe I still remember this level. I played it like when I got Geometry Dash, so on release of the game, whenever map packs came out, and I still remember where to go. The funny thing is, the first levels that I made in this game looked like these levels, so if you think about it, one of my levels could have ended up in these map packs. When I made my levels, they kind of looked like bad, but I was 100% sure that they would succeed. Like, I was sure that they would at least land in map packs, and that Robtop was probably gonna add them as some of the main levels in the game. Like, he was gonna use my levels to expand the main levels of the game. I was like, no, this is guaranteed. This level that I made looks so well, there's no way it doesn't land in the main levels. Little did I know that I wasn't gonna get a rated level until like 8 years into the game. Anyway, that's the second map pack done, and I'm glad we can move on to more complex stuff, but at least I can still sight read stuff, which is good news because I'm gonna need a lot of sight reading to do. Maybe I'm not even gonna beat them in one day. I mean, the goal is to beat them in one day, but might end up taking longer.
Not foreshadowing, by the way. I was flying through these map packs, but I had no idea how my lack of sleep would affect my performance in the long run. Still, I was gonna keep on going until I collapse.
Is this the third map pack already? I kinda lost track because I've just been focusing on staying awake, honestly. I also really hope I don't get a false perception on how long this is gonna take just from these first few map packs, because yesterday when I couldn't sleep, I was kind of just stalking map packs out a little bit, and I noticed that a lot of them were Flappy Bird, like this one. A lot of them are just like remakes of main levels, and a lot of them are just like mashups of Robtop levels, so like all the Robtop levels in one. So I'm gonna be blasting through these first few map packs, but later on it's gonna slow down drastically, and that's what I'm scared of.
Not foreshadowing, by the way. Anyway, this quest kinda meant a lot to me, so much in fact that I made a whole Discord event about it among my friend group, and I invited everyone to come watch me. Both the thumbnail and the description were crazy, so much in fact that one of my friends thought it was AI generated. So as it turns out, one of my friends also couldn't sleep and decided to join me at around 8:30 in the morning to make my loneliness a little bit easier. Our early morning conversations were more and less questionable.
Did you have anything to boost your energy?
I have a monster here and I'm gonna cling onto it for dear life.
I realized the strategy to become good. Instead of monster, I just drink Diet Pepsi. I don't know what it does. I don't know what they put in this, but oh my god.
Placebo. Diet Pepsi literally has no sugar.
It makes 0 sense. This remix of Serial Madness is actually...
I think I goofed it. I very much did.
You goofed it so hard now.
The thing is, when I sight read this, my brain turns off and I cannot let that happen, because if I let my brain go loose, it can mess up, and if I mess up, I lose like a minute or a couple minutes, so I have to stay focused the whole time. My god! I thought I was gonna live.
You goofed up when all of my classmates were turning 18. Their first thing to do was go to the casinos.
I would love to own a casino in Romania.
That sounds so good. You don't know how many people go in casinos. Even I went once, but as a joke.
Oh god. Also, have you noticed how there's no more like custom level songs in map packs since I got past those few? Yep.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be 1.0 from now on. UFO? What? That does not feel right. That is definitely not 1.0. Just casually putting 1.6 stuff into a 1.0 level. 3D? This just keeps getting weirder. This looks good, but like, why? Like, if you're gonna put 3D in a stereo madness, just make the whole deco. Also, the bronze coins are so funny. Like, the guy took the effort to add coins, like custom coins from 2.0 into a map pack level, and still they're not silver.
This level was funny, but it looks good.
Yeah, I like it. The bronze coins are so ironic though. Like, why does that other level have silver coins, the one in the map pack, and this one has bronze?
In the world of map packs, when you start completing more and more of them, the further you go, time starts becoming more and more meaningless. But still, in good company, time flies faster, and in 1 hour I was able to complete the first out of the 6.5 pages of map packs.
Yeah, we didn't do the sub 1 hour first page, but at least we're done with the first page, so we are well on our way.
By that point, I already beat all the easy packs and all the normal packs, and I started to face the hard difficulty packs. Hard packs are harder to sight read than normal and easy, and also this is where the unaccounted for annoying deaths start to happen.
What the? That's a 95? That was so bad. What? Did you just see that? I died to the chamber complete box. Oh my god, stop killing me with the chamber complete boxes, I swear to god. This is the most map pack level that I've played today. Good, good, never again. Mindsep, you are a goner in my mind. Really? We're gonna be adding 50/50s into levels now? Oh my god. I love it when there's a blind orb click. Oh, why is there a gravity portal? Why? No, that would have been my best sight read so far.
Eventually, my friend had to leave, and I was met with the man who was there to push me towards my goal, who was meant to be the biggest improvement to my dedication and perseverance, and was at the same time my best friend on this journey. Silence. The deafening silence with nothing but the sound of my clicks and the default songs playing in the background echoed around. As I kept pushing through the hard difficulty map packs, it left me to drown in my own imagination of how much longer this journey would take me. Was it actually going to be 15 hours as I predicted? Maybe only a few more if I stayed focused? Perhaps I wouldn't even be done on the same day. I had almost zero perspective on how much longer I would need to sit through map packs or how much their difficulty would scale along with my elapsed time. This cycle of silence blended together with intense focus was only interrupted when I was approaching the end of the second page of map packs.
And this marks the end of the second page. We're about third of the way through with 2 hours and 16 minutes on the clock. We've still got a long way to go, but at least I've chunked it down. I'm gonna take a bit of a break and brace for what's next. Alright, break's over.
At that point, I only had a few more hard packs to go through before I would need to begin with the harder difficulty ones. Luckily, my friend came back. But unfortunately, as soon as he came back, he got a really insane rhythm game achievement. That's the only thing we talked about for the next hour. So, no questionable conversations this time. Though, after a few bugs and struggles, I crawled my way to the harder packs at last.
The first harder pack. Oh my god, we are so cooked.
Not for sure. Harder packs didn't seem that hard at first. Sure, I had a few fails here and there, but I still wasn't struggling. However, once 3 hours had passed since I started playing them and I finally finished my energy drink, I began to lose my focus. I was far from enough rested to be able to focus for this long and started messing up a lot, resulting in a lot of time wasted on levels I would otherwise be able to do easily.
What? I didn't see those goofy blind jumps. Dude, I don't know how to compare this, but like when you just learn a level, it's like your memory is like half there. So you have like a small chance to beat it. It's like trying to make a clay statue out of really fresh clay. Like you can do it, but it's hard. It's just gonna like twist and deform. That's kind of what it feels like to play levels just barely knowing them.
Still, I ended up pulling through enough map packs to finish the third page. I was almost halfway through with 4 hours on the timer.
That is, I believe, the last map and the last map pack on this page done. So we're about halfway through, right at the precipice of insane packs.
Harder levels dragged on for a while, and with no one to accompany me through them, I found good company in the blocks and spikes passing me by. 40 minutes after completing the last page, I silently completed all harder map packs.
And this was the last harder level. Now, there is only one difficulty separating me from demons. Only one page left to go. I believe it's 11 insane packs. Let's get on with it.
Insane levels are where things really started going dark. All the previous packs were at least simple enough for me to read them as I was going, but for this, the time I needed to complete each of the levels soared upwards. There were only a few insane levels easy enough for me to complete them in 5 minutes, the rest were dragging on and on. I might even add that if there was one thing I would do differently if I had the chance to prepare for this speedrun again, it would most likely be to practice insane levels on top of demons. Might I also add that my focus was in the ditch from the 3.5 pages of map packs that I already beat. Even though I took breaks, insane levels were really starting to take a toll on me. All things considered, insane levels were much harder than anything I've faced during my speedrun. There is virtually nothing for me to include from this entire section because this whole time I just sat there completing them in silence for not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4.5 long hours, and then finally, after defying my fatigue for way too long, I saw a glimmer of hope as I passed the last insane level.
All insane's done. This is it. It's all come down to this. Now, I am against my fears that I've been saving all the way for the end. 18 demon packs, 54 levels. Oh my god, I can't believe I've actually done all of these. Now only this is left. I mean, I did pre-practice them, so these should actually go more smoothly than Insane's. I'm actually close, like 75% of the way. Let's do this.
My beginning with demons was both good and bad. The good part was that one of my friends finally joined, but the bad part was that he was a complete yapper. You'll see what I mean later on. The good part was also that demons were the only map pack I was actually fully prepared for, but the bad part was that I somehow missed that the first 3 levels existed, so I didn't practice them. And on top of that, I had many unnecessary deaths, because the time I had been speedrunning for was more than double the time I slept that night.
Oh my god, I suck at this game.
That didn't stop me though, and soon I got my first demon completion.
One down, the first of many demons. Alright, these first 3 I actually didn't practice, because I didn't notice that they existed.
What does that happen?
It's like X-Step, Clutterfunk, and Zero of Everything B2, so they're not gonna be as hard.
They're not gonna be as easy, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, complete yapper. He'll be back though. I then went on to complete the first and the second demon pack, then decided to take a break. I was actually doing well in these levels. On one end, the practice was paying off, while on the other end, all I wanted was to get some rest. Until there was a highlight that happened halfway through the third demon pack that I absolutely have to show.
I'm fucking.
Shut up.
What?
I'm gonna die because of you.
I'm sorry, bro.
I died because of you, dude. Bro turned into a yapper. What was that?
Thankfully, your video is going to be 20 minutes, so it's never getting in.
No, this will absolutely get in.
I'm going to.
This whole situation actually woke me up. For a brief moment, I forgot about my fatigue and went on to complete another demon pack. And then another. And another. This was actually the first medium demon I beat, and for some reason I completely forgot how to do the last UFO, but I got lucky and beat it with a swag route. I then went on a demon pack completing spree. My pace for demons was actually better than my pace for insanes. There were a few levels I had to spend a lot of time on, like this highly memory-based medium demon, but it was nothing I couldn't handle. However, with every demon out of the way, a chunk of my already depleted focus went with it. Each level was taking longer and longer to complete, and I was becoming becoming more and more frustrated. I especially struggled on this level, Clubstep V2, which, even though it's a medium demon, I believe is the second hardest level in all of map packs. It was so bad, in fact, that I struggled on it for 15 entire minutes before getting lucky and completing it. So maybe I achieved victory over the second hardest level, but I was drained out. I only had enough left in me to complete 4 more demon levels before I was met with what is, in my opinion, the hardest and by far the most annoying level in all of map packs, Ripple's Adventures. And let me tell you about Ripple's Adventures. This level features so many timings, it feels like almost every click is one of them. Even though a few look like buffer clicks, virtually none of them are. There are also a few parts that you genuinely cannot get consistent on because they're so random, and don't even get me started on the memory parts. Essentially, you need to know the whole level by heart, and even then you can do one simple mistake and you're back to square one. And me being put through 13.5 hours of straight geometry dash, heavily underslept and exhausted from the speedrun, was not fit to complete this level that I never even completed in my life. There were many annoying deaths, and every time I had to play through the beginning, I felt like I just wanted to vanish. And after getting lucky enough to pass all the hard parts and still dying at 90%, I kinda just gave up. I simply couldn't take it anymore, and with 22 demons left to beat, I went to bed. Maybe I didn't complete all the map packs in one day. It simply proved too much to handle with the state I was in. The goal I had in mind when trying this challenge was to push my commitment to the limit, and that's sort of what I achieved. Commitment, though, takes a long time to grow, and I was nowhere near ready to just leave my speedrun after getting that far. So, if my previous night was cut in half, why wouldn't the time I spent speedrunning only be half of my day too? The next morning I woke up, went straight back to Ripple's Adventures, and something really funny happened.
Wow. 6 minutes. 6 minutes while I'm still half asleep to beat something that I couldn't beat for the life of me yesterday in like an hour. Okay. Yeah, I see how it is. Let's finish this. I'm so excited now.
I managed to complete Ripple's Adventures within 6 minutes, which includes practicing it. Getting a good rest gave me a huge boost, and now demons had no chance. Soon I was up against what many people consider to be the hardest level in map packs, PG Clubstep. But even though it's a hard demon, it took me less time to beat than Ripple's Adventures. In the next map pack after that, I faced Deathstep, another hard demon which is known as the second hardest level in map packs. But I still think it's easier than both Clubstep V2 and Ripple's Adventures, so I beat it in 7 minutes and moved on. After completing Deathstep, I only had 5 more demon packs to complete, totaling 15 levels. The previous day, I would probably struggle with them for hours and hours, but because my consistency improved so much after that day, fully focusing for a few hours felt like nothing. I completed the 13th demon pack, then the 14th, then the 15th. Now that I'm telling this story all over again, it probably seems like a breeze to you, but remember, every one of these packs still contains 3 demon levels which I need to fully focus for. Of course, I still had my fair share of unfortunate deaths, because that's something I'll just never stop doing. But being well rested, I knew no stops, and soon enough, I completed the 16th demon pack and prepared for the final 3 levels of this challenge, but not before I accidentally beat the last demon in practice mode.
3 left. Oh wait, I'm in practice mode. Gotta do it again, I guess. There we go. Now, I have 3 more.
The first demon of the last pack is called Buck Force, and I remember wanting to break my computer screen over it when I was a kid. Looking back at it now, I understand my frustration, but at least I enjoyed it this time around. The second to last level on my quest is Moon Adventure, probably one of the easiest demons in the map packs. It's so easy, in fact, that I managed to make the same mistake on this one again.
2 left. 2 left. Wait, I was in practice again. Oh my god. I'm so tired.
Laser Room marks the end of my journey. Nothing special to say about this one other than the fact that it's probably my favorite map pack level, because once I beat this, I would finally complete my quest.
This mission is over. I beat them all. It's done. It's done. It's done. Oh my god. I'm gonna claim these coins and then I'm gonna never touch any map packs ever again in my life. I am both excited and tired at the same time, so I don't know which emotion to express more, and I'm just gonna go watch the new Sonic movie.
So, my mission was done, and what did I learn from it besides confirming that map packs suck? Always get enough sleep. But now, I'm at least ready for the hard level streams, which will begin the exact day that Fallen Symphony gets decorated. Oh yeah, about that.